All right, what's going on, everybody? Monday Night Madness. We missed last week, but y'all know what this is. This is World Class Wednesdays. Obviously, I am your host, Andre the Firestarter. Uh, oh, I don't mind the technical difficulties, y'all. We greatly appreciate y'all being on, tuning in. We're gonna have a little fun tonight, though. We're gonna have a little fun. I got some great guys here. By the way, first and foremost, want to put it out there right now. I got my guy Dalton D. Man Smith in the house. What up, Dalton?
What's up, everyone?
And I have another brother of mine, Cincinnati Bengals fanatic, always repping the team no matter what, man. Loyal all the way around. My guy, Blaze Thunder Gabbard. What's going on?
Feels good to be with the Firestarter. He had to bring the fire, baby. He had to bring the blaze. Go Bengals all day. And I just got to say one thing real quick. Running backs a dime a dozen, baby.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to my guy again, Kellen Lane, man, for the culture, man. It's definitely for the culture. We're gonna miss him. He got his angel wings, but nevertheless, he's still here, man. Even though he may be gone in natural sense, he's still gonna be here in spiritual sense. We wanna give him his props, man, and we're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna talk about this NFL 100 list that they've been making. It's interesting, a lot of talk. So if you're on YouTube right now, if you're on Facebook, make sure you like and share things of that nature. We're gonna get into it, all right? But before we get into just the list, I just want to know what's going on with you guys as teams right now. Give me a little sports report on what's going on with the Saints and with the Bengals.
You can start off, D-Man.
You sure? Okay. Well, Ken Crawley's going to be out for a couple weeks, and the two tight ends, they're going to be out for a while. And Tony Jones, he may took Latavius Murray's job as running back number 2. And the thing is about Michael Thomas, he didn't move. He is suing for some reason. I don't know why he's doing it, though, but I think he's done. He needs to be traded. Like, he's just suing yet again.
You want to give up Michael Thomas? You really want to give up Michael Thomas that bad, huh, dog?
Honestly, I do. I mean, I don't want no diva on my team.
Okay. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Blaze, what's going on?
Yeah, I would say trade him to Cincinnati, but we're pretty stock power receivers. But unfortunately, in the news, one of those stock power receivers we have, Jamar Chase, he's got some baby mama drama. It's allegedly he might have put hands on his baby mama. Allegedly, so that's going on in the news right now. Another negative from the Bengals camp is Trey Waynes, the guy that we got from the Vikings last year, paid a lot of money for. Cornerback got injured today in practice, missed all of last season, and he got injured again this week. Reportedly having a good camp before the injury, so hopefully he bounces back. Not a positive. Joe Burrow is going to take some preseason snaps on Sunday, so that's very exciting. Scary and exciting at the same time, but I think we'll do a good job taking care of him. It's going to be very limited. And he'll be ready for the season. So it's good stuff from Bengals camp besides those two first things I mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to ask you a question about Chase real quick. And I got a question for you, Dalton, too, that just came in my head. So first and foremost, what's up with Jamar Chase, man? I'm hearing he's dropping balls. He having a little jitters early. I see him and Devonta Smith are doing the dropsy thing. Is it just, being in the NFL focused thing, or do you see this becoming a problem?
I don't think it's an issue. I think, okay, so with John Ross, people are comparing it to John Ross. John Ross came in with the speed, but he never had the hands. The thing about Jamar Chase is he's going to win a lot of 50-50 battle balls. He's got strong hands. He's got the jitters right now. I mean, a lot of receivers get it. Des Bryant came out and said that he had the jitters when he first played his first couple years in the league. AJ Green had a good amount of drops his first couple years in the league. It's just the thing that's going to happen. When it comes to game time, he's going to be a rookie. I don't expect him to put up those Justin Jefferson numbers. In my head I do, but in reality, we can't be looking for 1,400 yards. We should look for about 900 yards, 60 catches from Jamar Chase this year with about 6 to 8 touchdowns. That'd be my realistic goals for him.
Oh wow, putting up stats. And by the way, Dalton, before we get into the Saints question that I got for you, if for all moving purposes, because you know a lot of players might be moving to different teams during the season or before the season starts or even after the season ends. I got two guys in the truck here. This show is going to be brought to you by Two Men in the Truck. Yeah, man, for all your moving purposes, make sure you get in touch with these guys, 716-800-4455, okay? Moving on, all right? Transportation. If you want to get Michael Thomas up out of New Orleans, man, you can call Phoenix. Transportation specialist Jessica's in the house. You see her number, 716-717-3546. Make sure you get in touch with her. You could pack up Michael Thomas real quick, and she'll get him out of there for you, Dalton. All right. Now, moving right along to the top 10. Dalton, here's my question before we get into this. My question to you is Jameis or Taysom?
Well, to be honest with you, if I'm Sean Payton, I'm going to put Jameis Winston as starter, and here's why. Because Taysom Hill, he's not a starting material. He's more like a gadget player. I mean, we all know with Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston, no, but I think Jameis Winston should be a starter.
Okay. What does Jameis Winston do better than Taysom Hill?
Well, when you look at the preseason, like he was putting up numbers.
You said he put up numbers in the preseason?
Yes, sir.
All right. Blaze, if you want to counter that thought, let me know what's up. What you think about what Dalton just said?
Definitely. I remember the draft when Jameis Winston came out. It was Jameis Winston and Mariota, and it's about, I'd say, a 50-50 split. I think 50% of the people said that Mariota should be the number one pick. 50% of people believe that Winston should be the number one pick. Going off that, I believed Winston was light years more talented than Mariota. I thought Mariota was just a college quarterback. So going to that point, he had his struggles in Tampa, throwing interceptions, but you also got to remember he was throwing touchdowns, putting up yards. He took a year off last year under Sean Payton, got to learn the system. He's the guy. He's the number one pick for a reason. He's got number one talent. Taysom Hill will get his moments because he's been in the system so long. He has a special, like Dalton said, gadget skill set that'll help out. So the way I see it, Jameis Winston's the starter. Taysom Hill's going to be the gadget relief pitcher in a sense. But Jameis Winston starter all day. And if they can get the Michael Thomas situation under control, I mean, that offense can be not far off where they were a year ago, 2 years ago.
Okay, but sorry about that. My mom call me while I was talking. What I was saying was about Michael Thomas. Like, when you saw him in preseason, he got better. Like, I know it's preseason, like, he had 9 out of 10. Then Taysom, like, when he saw against the Jaguars, he saw with that beautiful pass with Marcus Callaway. Because I think, like, he's more better than Taysom Hill. I mean, Taysom is just not a real quarterback. That's my honest opinion.
Okay, interesting enough. So we had a comment. They said, "What about both of them together instead of one over the other?" What's your thoughts on that? You think that's a good idea? Have them both split reps?
No.
I like that. I like that energy, Dalton. I'd have to agree. Winston sat his year, and the whole idea of him signing back. I believe it was a deal that you sit a year, you learn the system, you sit under Drew Brees, and then you come in the next year to be a starter. That's the only reason I think that he's in New Orleans. He knows that he learned the system for a year. He did his part. He did his part to be part of the team. And now if you relief pitch him or split time, now you're going to get in his ego. You're going to get in his head. All quarterbacks got egos, and you don't want to start breaking down his when he's doing so good in preseason right now.
I agree.
All right. Awesome enough. Marcus Betts, what's going on? What's going on is World Class Wednesdays. I'm at work, but nevertheless, I decided let's give it a try. We're gonna do that, and it's working out pretty fine. Blaze, you guys are on the same page as far as what should happen with these quarterbacks in New Orleans. I'm on the fence about it. Being that Jameis Winston was a first-round draft pick, I think automatically he should be, for what he's done, he should be the starter. He should win this job. Marcus is on the same page as me. I think he should win the job. But nevertheless, there's nothing wrong with a little competition. At the same token, you could use both quarterbacks. I could see that happening too. So maybe you don't get the 30 interceptions that you got from Jameis Winston in Tampa Bay if you use them less. You give a couple of reps to Taysom Hill and let him do what he does. Maybe that'll alleviate some of the turnover issues that Jameis Winston has had in past. All right.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, say if either Jameis or Taysom Hill does win the job, like, if either one struggles, I think quarterback should get benched and start a new one with the quarterback. That's what I would have done.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jameis has won the job. Taysom wants to hold the contract. Taysom has been his whole career a guy that's played special teams, running back, receiver, tight end, quarterback. And he's got a big contract. He's got a big contract, but it's not a guaranteed contract. If he proves to not be part of the plans, they can cut him next year and save a bunch of money. So if I'm Taysom Hill, I'm still going to keep that. I'm going to do whatever I can because I'm not going to get a contract like that again. So if they want me to come relief pitch or run a little bit to make my $15 million a year, I'm never going to get a contract like that again. So he's just trying to stay on the team. So he's going to be a team player. So Jameis is the quarterback, and that's the point.
All right. So let's get into the top 10. Let's get into this real quick as we are talking about NFL players. The top 10 have been suggested and revealed by the NFL media. Green Bay Packers wide receiver Devontae Adams, who was 57th in 2020. Josh Allen, who was 87th in 2020. Tom Brady, who was number 14 last year. Aaron Donald, number 3. Derrick Henry, number 10 last year. DeAndre Hopkins, number 8. Travis Kelce was 18 last year. Patrick Mahomes was number 4. Aaron Rodgers was number 16 last year. And Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker TJ Watt was 25 last year. Before we get into trying to rank these 10 players and where they should be, maybe placed in put in a place or put in the right place, are there any players who you think did not make the top 10 that should have or deservingly should have been in the top 10?
Go ahead, man.
I think I agree with all of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey's not in the top 10, right?
No, he's not top 10.
See, I gotta love Tom Brady. I mean, as a whole career, a whole body of work, I mean, of course, he's the GOAT. But as far as top 10 player in the league, I'm not going to put him in the top 10. Now, do I want him in the playoffs? Do I believe that, he's gonna win Super Bowl? Yes. So I guess that's why he's in the top 10. But as far as the skill set, I mean, I'd rather have Jalen Ramsey than a Tom Brady in the top 10. In top 10, that is.
All right. They said Brady at 3. Brady at 3. Okay. So I was looking up, doing a little research on what other people thought as far as, this top 100, top 20. CBS Sports has Patrick Mahomes at number 1 again. They have Aaron Donald at number 2, and obviously they give a reason underneath. Number 1 says, even though he didn't win a second straight Super Bowl, he's still the best quarterback in the league, and we'd be picked first in any open draft of league players. Number 2 is Aaron Donald. Says he was dominant for the Rams defense, winning Defensive Player of the Year honors for the third time in 2020, had 13 and a half sacks. And he was hurt in the playoff loss with the Packers. All right. So number 4 is Tom Brady, obviously, who won the Super Bowl. They got them 1, 2, 3, 4 to start off the list. Well, Aaron Rodgers is number 3, actually. And then Tom Brady is number 4. Okay. At MVP now. Number 5, they got Travis Kelce. They have TJ Watt at number 6, Devontae Adams at number 7, Russell Wilson at number 8. Myles Garrett at number 9, and Josh Allen at number 10. Okay. They have Derrick Henry at 11, Stephon Diggs at 12. We already know that Stephon Diggs is 11. Tyreek Hill is 13, Jerry Alexander 14, Jalen Ramsey 15, Trent Williams 16, Nick Bosa 17, Zach Martin at 18, Dalvin Cook at 19, and Khalil Mack at 20. All right. So that's what they have there. All right. These are obviously, again, the top 10 players that will be nominated coming up. I think it's the 29th. The NFL is going to come out with the all top 10 players of 2021. Do you guys agree? Anything that makes you question you guys' list?
Yeah, I want to say one thing. I love Josh Allen. When he came out, I was a big Josh Allen believer. I believe that he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. I'm not ready to put him in my top 10 yet. I'm willing to put Lamar Jackson in my top 10 before I put Josh Allen in the top 10. I don't agree with that. Brady, as I said, I think there's only one.
I see you looking for a debate tonight.
I'm sorry?
I see you looking for a debate tonight, huh?
I'm looking for the debate. I mean, you can say what you want about Lamar Jackson and his playoff woes, but what has Josh Allen really done in the playoffs? I mean, every single year, last year, one playoff game, and every single year he's progressed.
Wait a minute. Time out. Let's see. Here we go. I knew Blaze was going to get me started. When there's smoke, there's fire. Oh. And I guess Blaze, yes, Blaze blowing smoke, and I'm about to blow some fire. First and foremost, did you just ask me what Josh Allen did in the playoffs? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. He just beat the guy who you're talking about 1v1. I forgot. Right, he just beat him.
First off, it's a team.
He smoked his boots. He smoked his boots, right? I could have swore the Bills got to the AFC Championship last year because he smoked the Baltimore Ravens boots last year. But nevertheless, it was a hard-fought game. We've had this conversation.
Let's make it clear. Buffalo, it was the better team. In my opinion, as a whole. It's
really not.
Very interesting year because both quarterbacks are looking for contracts. I believe that Lamar Jackson's going to get the bigger contract.
Well, Josh already got his.
He did. He got the contract. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. So Josh Allen, he got the contract too, though, right? He got the 6 years. Was it the 6-year contract that Allen already got?
Yeah, 6-year extension, $258 million.
And then Lamar got his too. He didn't get his, right?
No, Lamar didn't get his yet.
Yeah. I gotta get all my stuff together. It's been a lot of stuff going on, baseball, football, all my stuff. So I'm scrambled right now. And being a Bengals fan, I'm always scrambled. But I still believe.
That's all right. That's why you like Lamar, because you're scrambling. You like to scramble. Go ahead.
That's why I'm on the Lamar train because I'm scrambled just like him. And for a running back to be that good at quarterback, it excites me. You know what I mean? And then shout out to my boy BJ, Ravens fan. He's got to love a Bengals fan showing the Ravens some love. But I think that this will be a big year for Josh Allen to prove to people that are like me are saying that Lamar Jackson should be ranked higher than him. This is the year because they have everything going for him. I can't find a weakness on the Bills roster. If you want to nitpick, we can nitpick and find like small, tiny holes in the roster. But this will be a year that Josh Allen really needs to prove because that's a Super Bowl caliber team. So if they don't get it done, if they get a quick bounce, a one-win and bounce like this year, it's not going to fly. So there's a lot of pressure on Josh Allen.
I love the nitpick. Let's nitpick, especially when it's sports talk. I like to nitpick a little bit. What's
Nitpick the Bills,
the nitpick is okay. The nitpick is okay a little bit, but Randall said talking about quarterbacks or running backs with little arm. Ooh.
now nitpicking the Bills would be like talking about like their cornerback depth. You know, they have some solid starters. You know,
Oh, nitpick! I want you to nitpick. I like that.
Yes.
Yes.
So like if an injury happened to the number 2 cornerback, I could see like a potential, you know, where they would have to like, you know, sign somebody that gets cut or something like that. But that's like what I say nitpick. But as far as a whole, the Bills roster, I'd have to put them at the number 2. I'd put them above the Browns for number 2 roster in the AFC. And I believe the Bills have the firepower to beat the Chiefs in a playoff game. So that's what I'm saying. Like with all those, the standards got to be higher in Buffalo. And then with all this news about maybe they're moving to Austin, like there's just a lot of pressure in Buffalo right now. As
bogus.
The city, the roster, everybody's got a lot of pressure on them. So, but I hope the Bills stay in Buffalo. I hope they can get a deal done. The fans is one of the best fan bases. You ever seen a guy jump through a table? You ever seen a guy with a Buffalo Bill jersey jump through a table? The best thing you ever seen in your life. Coolest thing you ever seen in your life.
So, Dalton, your thoughts on Josh Allen and Lamar before I get to talking?
Well, first of all, as a Josh Allen fan, and shout out to Cal Lane, Allentown, I think Josh Allen, like, he deserves to be in the top 10. I mean, I'm not handling Lamar. I mean, like, we know he's a running quarterback. He doesn't have big arm like Josh Allen. Like, I know, like, Lamar won MVP, and he finally won a playoff game. Josh Allen, he won a playoff game before, but not NFL MVP yet. I mean, they haven't both went to the Super Bowl yet. So I think Josh Allen will be the future quarterback. He deserves being in the top 10 players list. And as BJ Samuels will be saying, if I didn't mention, say, Lamar, top 10, he'll be saying, sir. Sir.
Yeah, he definitely would be. Definitely be saying, sir. That's his favorite thing. Shout out to BJ Samuels, too. Blaze.
I see me torch comments. I love
it. Blaze. I thought you was bringing the monster machines today. Come on, bro. Well, first and foremost, let's talk about the fact that the conversation about the Bills in Austin is a joke. That was so disingenuous of the media to put it out there. It's not true. They're not moving to Austin. The marketing team that runs the Buffalo Bills, that the Bills hired, is a part of Jerry Jones's camp. Jerry Jones will not be trying to get no other football teams to come to Texas, so that ain't happening. You could forget that now. They never even talked to him. They never talked to the Bills. That was just smoke. They were blowing smoke as far as Austin is concerned. But they do need to worry about the team moving, maybe, if they can't get their business correct. But getting to Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a guy who has made a leap from year 1 to year 3 that you've never seen in the NFL. And is the best between year 1 and year 3 for quarterbacks. 2, Josh Allen can make all the throws. 3, I just want you to say that you love Lamar Jackson because he's multi-diverse with the RPO system and can run 4,000 yards a season. But I also want you to say that Lamar Jackson has issues throwing the ball, making the elite throws. Please, I want folks to stop not bringing that up because that is a big issue with Lamar Jackson. Cannot make the elite throws, which is the reason why I think Baltimore is holding up on that money that everybody wants him to get. You know, that $1 that they want him to get more than Josh Allen. I think they're holding up on that because they want to see what he's going to do with Rashad Bateman as far as, you know, him being able to throw the football. Have they had a number 1? No. But whose fault is that? That is a organizational issue to me. And if you are Lamar Jackson, you got to speak up and make that happen. Well, they got Rashad Bateman. So we'll obviously see what he can do with Rashad Bateman, right? Coming up.
I do agree with a lot of the points you made. And I'm going to make one thing very clear. The year that they came out, I said that the Browns should take Josh Allen number 1. So I've always had high praise for him. And as far as a career, I believe that the potential of Josh Allen is higher than Lamar Jackson because of things you stated. Lamar Jackson does not have the big time arm. When it comes down to it, and in playoffs, everybody's like, you got to run the ball, but you got to run the ball with running backs. In the playoffs, when everyone's game planning for what you do, you got to make those big time throws because they're gonna stop the run, and that's why he doesn't have success in the playoffs, in my opinion, because they make it where you got to use the arm to beat the teams, and he hasn't done that yet. Going back to Josh Allen, I mean, I told you I thought he should be the number one pick, and the Browns should have took him. Baker Mayfield's a clown. Speaking of the Browns, but yeah. So you made a lot of good points, like what you were saying. I do agree with.
Yeah. So not to spend too much time on these two. It's tough. I mean, one guy throws for 3,000 yards, hasn't thrown for 3,200 yards in the season, but has ran for 1,000 yards twice in the season as a quarterback. So, I mean, apples and oranges. There's different systems, obviously. Lamar Jackson is a different style quarterback, somewhat than Josh Allen. Josh Allen can now make the elite throws. I remember when he couldn't. So I guess we'll see. Can Lamar Jackson make the elite throws coming up? Yeah, I'm sure he can if he puts more time and effort into it. I'm sure he would be able to. But speaking of time and effort, it took some time to get these 10 players on the list. I'm going to be honest with you. I like everybody that's on this list. I do not like the fact that Stefon Diggs is not on this list, though. I don't like that he's not on the list. And the reason why I don't like that he's not on the list is because if you actually look at all the positions, right? So there's quarterback, running back, wide receiver, offensive line, tight end, right? Defense, you got defensive line, linebacker, corner, safety, right? So there's about 9-10 different positions, right? If you are the top one or top two at your position, where should that put you on the list?
Stefon Diggs not top two. Number one is going to be DeAndre Hopkins. Number two is going to be Devontae Adams. I mean,
wait a minute.
We can have a debate. We can have a debate.
Whoa.
For number 3, 4, 5.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. D-Hop. So D-Hop last year was better than Stefon Diggs?
Well, I mean, it's not a last year thing. It's about a body of work. I mean, and going into this year, are you gonna, if you have the choice between DeAndre Hopkins going into this year and Stefon Diggs going into this year, who are you taking?
I'm taking Diggs.
I'm taking D-Hop because the man has proved over and over again. This man is going to be on a mission this year. He feels so disrespected that people aren't giving him that number one receiver crown, and he's going to do such big things this year. It's going to be crazy. I mean, Diggs. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, here's the problem that I have with that. Stefon Diggs was number one in receptions, number one in yards last year, right? Number one receptions, number one in yards. His team got further than D-Hop. The argument that I think people always run into is, and I'm sorry, I hear some backfeed. The problem that people have is, do we argue a whole body of work versus what somebody has done last year? There's the argument. There's the big argument when it comes to these lists. Should we go by what they did last year or go by their full body of work? Now, let me be very clear. Stefon Diggs has, I think, 3 or 4 1,000-yard seasons. Let's be clear on this. His body of work is not like anything to just sneeze over. Stefon Diggs. And his quarterback was Kirk Cousins. So, I mean, I don't know how you look at that. I don't know if you like that. Maybe you do like that.
I hate it.
But I mean, let's be clear on that. Ricky Bobby said Bro, you tripping. I love D-Hop, but Diggs was on fire. And even more as the season progressed, not cooler. He played possessed in the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, we can have that argument too, because both players switched teams, and it appears that Diggs, lived up to the opportunity of going to the Bills. I mean, D-Hop, he had a good season, but if we wanted to play that game too, to go away,
D-Hop beat the Bills.
Yeah, so I mean, and Murray's no scrub. I mean, Murray can sling the ball. So I mean, I can't understand the argument for Diggs over D-Hop. And then when we talk about a body of work, I mean, are we talking about body work? Or are we talking about the season? Because then that would be the Tom Brady argument that I was making earlier. I mean, yeah, he won the Super Bowl. I mean, no big deal. But
right, yeah. I mean, but see, that's where the argument comes into play all the time. It's body of work versus what you did last year. And for most people will say, well, I need to see more. It can't be just a one-hitter quitter, You just can't be Tweet, you can't be her. You can't have a one-hit wonder song and then disappear. You got to have a body of work like Jay-Z or Eminem when it comes to, and I'm making music and sports synonymous right now.
Yeah, I mean, or like the number one independent rapper in the world, Tech Nine. I understand.
Right, absolutely. So,
but we can't always go off stats too. So this what makes these lists so great is it's stats last year, body of work, and also the third thing that people forget is projection, and that's what makes these arguments and these different mindsets we have, because I'm projecting things for guys this year, and you're projecting different stats. So that's what makes the argument so great about our differing opinions, is because projection is something that people don't really talk about too much.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his projection is up though, Stephon Diggs. I think he has a Cameron Grimes to the moon projection. So I don't know, man. I mean, D-Hop is on what? You think D-Hop is on his last legs?
I don't think so. I just don't like the system. I don't like Kingsbury. I'm not a really big Murray fan. Like, as far as like a throwing quarterback, we go back to the Lamar Jackson argument. Like, I don't know if Kyler Murray can make the big throws for a full season, or if he can even stay healthy for a full season. I mean, he's been staying relatively healthy, but I mean, that body frame can only take so much in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yeah, understandable. Ricky Bobby said no. D-Hop's going to be around for a while, no doubt. Okay, all right. Anybody else anybody you see might be an issue on this list, man? Because that's the only question that I really have.
Yeah, Derrick Henry belongs in that list for sure.
Definitely.
I agree with the list for the most part. I mean, I said what I said about Josh Allen. It's just because the quarterback position is such an important position that I would probably only put Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers in my top 10, with Josh Allen and Russell Wilson like flirting around 11, 12. Like, when I say out of the top 10, I don't mean like 20. I don't mean 25. I mean like flirting, like 11, 12. That's when I say outside the top 10. It's just because the top 10 is such it's like nitpicking. So I'm just nitpicking. I only think that two quarterbacks, two receivers, that's what we have the arguments between Hopkins and Diggs, Allen.
Yeah. See, I mean, we're having the EC3 effect conversation. We're having the EC3. You got to be the top 1% in your at your position, man. Dalton D-Man Smith told me before the show he misses EC3. But nevertheless, we won't go there. We won't go there. But yeah, man, the top 1%, man, obviously is Devontae Adams, Diggs. I'll throw D-Hop in there, obviously. D-Hop had a really good season last year, too. So, running back wise, obviously, I agree with Derrick Henry being here. Aaron Donald is phenomenal. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Josh Allen. Yep, best four quarterbacks. Those four quarterbacks, obviously, let me make sure I'm right. Yeah, those four quarterbacks were the ones that was in the AFC and NFC championship games. So I can agree with that. And then TJ Watt, I'm glad they put TJ Watt on here, because a lot of people thought TJ Watt was snubbed last year for Defensive Player of the Year.
I think you should have won it too. And then one more note: they say that the trenches win football games, and we only see one trench player there, and Aaron Donald. So, no love for the big boys, no love for the tackles, the guards, no defensive ends, right? Oh, T.J. Watt. I mean, he's an edge player, but show some love to the trenches. Come on, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had nothing. I don't hate TJ Watt. Don't be wrong. He's been snubbed the defense player of the year. Besides him, Carson Wentz was snubbed as the defense player of the year because he should have won a defense player of the year last year.
That is one award that Carson Wentz has the potential to win every year, and that's the comeback player of the year because he's always coming back. Always coming back from some injury. Can never stay healthy.
Yep.
For sure, definitely. All right, let's get into another thought. You know, we talked about the top 10, which obviously will be announced coming up this week. But let's talk about something else. Let's talk about top 10 players who were injured and had their careers derailed. All right. Here's the topic right here. It says, whose injury derailed their career the most? Bo Jackson, Bobby Orr, Derrick Rose, Joe Theismann, Andrew Luck, Yao Ming, Drew Bledsoe, Penny Hardaway, Sterling Sharp, Tracy McGrady, and Conor McGregor. And then you can pick anybody else who you want on this list too. If you're on YouTube, make sure you comment about this subject matter. If you're on Facebook, like and share the show, please, and comment on this. What's your thoughts on this, Blaze? Who we got here?
I think the first one that comes to mind, it was the first one you named, was Bo Jackson. I mean, I don't think like that blend of athleticism, speed, power. I saw somebody, I think it might have been, I don't know if it was Marcus, but somebody posted on another page a video montage to Bo Jackson. I just like, in the first clips are just him torching the Bengals, and we're actually the ones who ended his career. But yeah, so Bo Jackson is the number one that comes to the list. As an Orlando Magic fan, Penny Hardaway comes to mind, but his career also would have prolonged if Shaq would have stayed in Orlando. So I think it was kind of like a hand-to-hand effect. He would have had a lot more success with Shaq staying in Orlando, even with the injuries.
All right. Dalton, your thoughts on this?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm going to say Bo Jackson. Like, he injured way too early. Like, can you imagine, like, if he would stay healthy, imagine with him and Marcus Allen with the Raiders? I think they've been unstoppable if Bo Jackson had never got injured.
And then Derrick Rose, too, is another one. Derrick Rose, he was phenomenal. I mean, MVP. Had he kept that athleticism, not got injured, that would be a career to, what would have been.
Yeah, definitely. Keto, what's up, man? Keto, I sent you the link, man, if you want to get on here. Kristen, what's up? Shout out to you. Hi, Kristen. How are you? So we are talking about whose injury derailed their careers the most. You hear a little back feed from me, I guess. Wow. Sterling Sharp was a beast, but I think Bo Jackson had more impact. Bobby Orr had enough impact that he's still a living legend as far as hockey is concerned. Derrick Rose, that's tough. Definitely, being that he was MVP.
What was that basketball player that died? I think he died like on the court, like his second professional game. I think he got drafted by the Celtics. Can't think of the name. Got drafted number 2 overall. I can't remember his name though. But that's one that sticks out to you. It's kind of a what?
All right. Well, guess what? That's a good question. That's a good question for everybody. If you know who that is, put it in the comment section.
Yeah, I can't think of the name.
All right, I'm about to get the
number 2 NBA. I think in the 80s, late 80s. Can't think of the name, but that's also what could have been. Give me 1 second. Excuse me, guys. I'll be back in 2 minutes. You guys keep rolling.
Yeah, no doubt. Andrew Luck probably would have been a future Hall of Famer had he kept going. Drew Bledsoe played in the league enough. Penny Hardaway is known enough. Tracy McGrady is known enough. Connor's got enough. I think it's obviously it's Bo Jackson on this list, even though he's known too. But I mean, when you look at his career compared to the others, it's between him or Derrick Rose in this case. Notice I skipped over Joe Theismann. I don't know if Joe Theismann would have had the same impact as like a Bobby Orr, or it's definitely Bo for me. And Derrick Rose would be a close second. Only defenseman to have won the Art Ross trophy as the league's leading scorer. Yep, absolutely. Bobby Orr was phenomenal. Here's a question for you, though, Ricky Bobby. Would you say, and this is hockey for a second, would you say that Bobby Orr was a better defenseman than Ray Borg? There's a question for you. Ray Borg or Bobby Orr? Right. There's a question of the day. For all you hockey lovers out there. Ray Borg or Bobby Orr? Now, all right, we're gonna move along a little bit. And real quick, because I think, good God Almighty, here we go. Choose your starter. All right. We're gonna come up with a new segment. Who you taking? All right. Who you taking is gonna be a new segment coming up on World Class Wednesdays. Who you taking? All right. So Ray Borg or Bobby Orr is what I said with you, Bobby. I don't know if you heard me. Who is a better defenseman? Ray Borg or Bobby Orr? All right. So moving right along, obviously. Choose your starter. Let's go. Who you taking?
All right, I'll start it off.
Or Cam?
I'll start
Go
off.
ahead, Blaze.
I'm taking Cam for the first part of the season with expectations. I mean, the second I start to see him like slipping in production or not following like what we're trying to do, I'm going to Mac. But I'm starting the season with Cam Newton.
Okay. Dalton.
Well, to be honest with you, I had a talk with Sports Angle. I'm going to say, I told him that I'm going to start with Medea Newton. And if he does struggle by week 3 or 4, or in case he does get injured, then put Mac Jones in.
Well, you like to say I dance like Teddy Long. And you know his song is, what's the Mac Militant? I'm going with the Mac Militant on this one. Mac Jones. Choosing my start. I'm going with Mac Jones. Maybe that'll light a fire under Cam to be better. Now, if Mac Jones slips between week 1 and week 3, then you go to Cam Newton. I'm going to go the opposite way on that.
See, I don't believe there's no going back. I think once you choose Mac, there's no going back to Cam. So if you choose Mac, I think you got to cut Cam.
I wonder if the Patriots did move to Alabama.
All right. Moving on. We're going who you taking, all right? We playing who you taking right now. All right. Here we go. Next one. We talked about this earlier.
Hold on. Let me get it ready. Eat them W's, baby. You got to eat them W's. We're taking Jameis.
Oh, there's Monster.
I got my guy Monster coming on. Monster, what's up, man?
What's up, baby? Gang, gang. What's happening? What we talking about?
We are playing a game called Who You With. All right.
What?
Who you with? Who you taking? All right. Choose. Yeah, that's right. Choose your starter. Jameis or Taysom?
Yeah. Is there a gun to my head? Like, are those the only two I have to choose?
Yeah, it's the question.
That's tough for me because I see the potential in Taysom and I see it in Jameis too. But dude, 30 TDs and 30 picks, like you got the potential, but can you cut those down? Like, if he's still that dude, like, no, it's got to be Taysom. But if Jameis can get it under control, I think as far as an actual quarterback, I got to take Jameis. I think Jameis can make the throws that Taysom can't. They maybe need another fucking team, but he's going to make them.
Right. Monster, we'll go back one for you. Cam or Mac?
Why do you do this to me, Dre? Like seriously. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, buddy. Like, neither one. Like, I don't like Medea Newton. Like, if I had to, I'd take the kid. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't see anything in Cam. You know what I think of Cam? Cam's a fucking fraud. Like, he had one good year, and then that was it. Cam is shit. Like, based on the fact that Cam is shit, I'll take the kid. That's based on nothing what the kid has done. Just based on how garbage Cam is, I'll take the kid.
Ricky Bobby said, can we start without a quarterback? Just asking for a friend. No, you can't. You got to have a quarterback, sir. All right, the next one here is Andy or Justin Fields.
I'll start off, I guess. I'm gonna go with Justin Fields. This is the one that I'm gonna start with the rookie. Andy Dalton, we know what he is. Andy had the audacity to say, "It's my time." No, Andy, your time was 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Your time's done. Justin Fields' time in Chicago.
Oh, my guy, William Bombard is on here. He said, don't tell Patriots fans Cam is ish.
Well, I'm going to say Justin Fields.
You take the kid. Go ahead, Dalton.
I got Justin Fields. Andy Dalton, he's done.
William Bombard said Andy or Fields. He said, Nick Foles. He said Nick Foles. That's funny. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm taking Justin Fields because I think he has a lot of potential to be really good. Unlike another quarterback that plays for the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts, I think Fields is going to be a lot better than Jalen Hurts, to be honest with you.
Can I say one thing about Justin Fields real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I love Justin Fields. I believe in his potential. I just hope that Matt Nagy doesn't get a hold of him and ruin him like he ruined all the other quarterbacks he had before him, because Justin Fields is the real deal.
All right, moving right along to the next one. Obviously, we know who's the starter. They announced it today. But who do you guys think should be the starter? Are we guarding Minshew, or are we believing in the Trevor Lawrence train? I'll start with you, Dalton.
This podcast is too quiet.
Well, if I remember correctly, they're naming Trevor Lawrence as a starter, so I'm going to be Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. Blaze?
You take Trevor Lawrence number one, you play him right away. Gardner Minshew is a backup quarterback. Go with the future star and Trevor Lawrence. Don't waste time.
Monster, your thoughts? I don't hear Monster. I'm sorry. Monster, go ahead. Your thoughts on it.
You asked me, this shit's breaking up.
Yeah, I'm asking you. Lawrence or Minshew?
Right now, I'm going with Minshew. Lawrence looks like a fucking flop. Like, I gotta go with Gardner. Like, he's got cool fucking hair. I like his mustache. Like, Lawrence reminds me of Matt Leinart. Like, you're a California kid. Like, you're fucking spoiled. You get your ass pampered. I think he's gonna fall on his fucking face. So I'm gonna go with Gardner.
Okay. Yeah, I thought Minshew wasn't too bad. I think the kid needs to sit and watch a little bit before. I mean, I know he's a big deal. He came from Clemson, big hype. He has the ability. I mean, Joe Burrow's got thrown right out there. Blaze, how did that feel? How did that work out season one?
It felt great. I mean, you can't predict injuries, and he was just starting to come into his own. Justin Herbert got thrown into it. I mean, they weren't going to go with him initially, but it worked out. So I believe you get those rookie lumps. Jacksonville's not expected to do anything this year. So get the guy. Same thing with Chicago. Well, Chicago has higher expectations, but Jacksonville's not expected to do anything. Get the kid out there. You pick the number one. Get him out there. Forget Minshew. Get him out of there.
Yeah, I don't think Garrett Minshew is a bust, actually. Willem Umber, I'm in agreement with you. I would have put Minshew. I'd have put Minshew out there. Minshew mania. I'd have put him out there because I didn't think he did too bad of a job. And you mentioned the good.
I think the thing is about Minshew, like, he had Doug Marrone. Like, when you saw he put up numbers, like, it's the defense was failing him. Like he did pretty good before. I mean, while he went 1-15. And how can Minshew be a bust if he's not a first-round pick anyway?
He's not a bust. I would trade him, get what value I can out of him because, I mean, you're never going to start him again. So trade Minshew, roll with Lawrence.
Yeah, let's move on. We'll talk about. Monster said, based on what?
Based on what? What do you mean? Based on what?
Hold on, I'm trying to connect through my laptop. My iPad is fucking garbage.
Yeah, no problem. We'll move on, and then we can just go back to the question, and then I'll answer it.
No doubt. Let's talk about the Broncos. Lock or Teddy? Even though this was already announced today as well, Teddy Bridgewater being the starter. What's your thoughts on this?
I think it's a crapshoot either way. I think you're going to get bad production either way. So just throw your craps, put either one out there, and you're not going to get much production. So.
Dalton.
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, I like both of them. I mean, with Teddy Bridgewater, since he's going to be starting, like, can he play all 17 games? That's going to be the biggest question. And he hasn't been the same with this knee injury. And, yes, I know he did play for the Saints, though. He was starting 5-0 while Drew Brees was injured. And I like Drew Lock, though. I mean, I don't think he's a bad quarterback, though. I just think he could go somewhere. Like, I think it's a Broncos curse, though, because I'm worried about both quarterbacks. So I think either one of them, they're going to draft a quarterback next year.
Well, Monster, what is your thoughts on Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater? All right, I think he's off. He's stuck. Oh, there he is. All right, he's back.
All right, that's better. Now I can hear everybody. Yeah, trying to look at StreamYards on a mobile device on my iPad is just fucking trash, bro. Like I'd say, I'm not a fan of StreamYards. I pay for it too for my show. I'm not a fan. The fact that what it can do compared to OBS, like the functionality is shit compared to OBS. Like the only advantage right now to StreamYards is that it's easy to go from Twitter and Facebook at the same time. Other than that, this software is shit.
I agree with you on that StreamYard stuff. Yeah, I've always had issues with it too. I'm luckily getting in there right now with no issues, but I've had issues before in the past. So
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. StreamYard should be on the bench, especially when
I'm
you
gonna
go to work.
teach Dre OBS. I'm gonna teach Dre OBS. This show's gonna get fucking popping. I'm gonna teach Dre how to use OBS, and this shit's gonna be fire.
All you got to do is show up, baby, and it's going to be popping. So, you know.
You already know. William Bombard said Teddy's going to steal the show. This shows how much Elway is good at grabbing quarterbacks. Laugh out loud.
It's going to steal what show? What show? Getting the number one pick? That show? Because they're both bad options.
Elway's quarterback fucking picks are just as good as the Sabres head coaching and GM picks.
Ooh, and on that note, I'm doing this.
Fucking garbage. Garbage. You figure for such a Hall of Fame quarterback and how good he was, he would have like some kind of knowledge when to draft these dudes and who to get. Like John Elway's fucking clueless. Like it's like Michael Jordan as the head coach. Like you're good at playing, but as far as evaluating talent and figuring out what comes next, you're kind of shit, buddy.
Did this make you question John Elway as a quarterback? Was he really? Is he really that guy?
No, John Elway as a player was that guy. John Elway as an executive is not that fucking guy. John Elway as an executive is like Daniel Snyder. Like he made one good pick with Peyton Manning, like, but that was a fucking slam dunk. That was a no-brainer. Like that was handed to him on a silver platter. Other than that, he's fucking bricked. Who was that big tall bastard that wore 17 that he paid tons of money to, and then the Texans paid tons of money to? Who was that fucking guy?
Brock Osweiler.
Yeah. Right. Where's he at right now? With Colin Kaepernick doing this.
Pushing carts at Walmart.
I think he just bagged my groceries right now. I'm not sure.
that guy is on Instacart right now.
Yeah, no.
Right? Put my water in my trunk, pussy.
All right.
You send me the link. You know what you're gonna fucking get. It's 9 o'clock at night. You already know.
Hilarious. You are hilarious. I love Monsters Energy. Too funny.
Who else we got? Did you notice that in this? Because you said this show is NFL Top 100, right? That stupid fucking list that came out. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, we already talked about it, but nevertheless, I don't
know if you brought it up, but do you realize there's no offensive lineman in the top like 30 or 40?
Yes.
I mentioned that. They said the game went through the trenches, and there's like Aaron Donald and TJ Watt, if you want to call him an edge defender, in the top 10. Like I was like, show some love to the big boys. Get out of here.
Yeah, that to me just that makes the list. It's just it's just the comp. You know what I mean? Like it's not something you should believe. Like it's
a popularity contest.
That's all it is. It's stupid. Like I told Dre on our morning show on Sunday. Like it's a skill position. You're gonna have the quarterbacks and the wide receivers and all that shit. Like you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Well, I mean, your organization gonna be thinking the same thing when Ja'Marr Chase proved y'all wrong on how good he is, and y'all should have took Penei Sewell instead of Ja'Marr Chase.
Yikes!
Yep. All right. With that being said, Monster, anything you wanna mention on the show? Anything you want to talk about?
No, I came in late. All it says is Denver has some real weapons. All Teddy has to do is manage the game. Listen, aside from that knee injury that he suffered, Teddy Bridgewater is a good quarterback. Like when he plays and he gets the chance, Bridgewater's good. Like I wouldn't be upset if I was Denver fans. Like Bridgewater can get the job done. He just got to stay healthy and, like Will said, just use the weapons around him. But I think he's one of those guys that's been shuffled around like unfairly. Like I think Bridgewater is good. Is he elite? No. But can he get the job done and win you games if your team is good enough? Absolutely. Like I believe in Bridgewater. I think he's good.
All right. Anything you guys want to mention as far as what's going on in sports before we go? Wow, an hour goes by real quick.
Yeah, I came in late. I had league games to play hockey.
No, you good.
Xbox, baby. Top 5 winger, baby. Come get some of Monster. You want some of me and Chell? Come get it. I'll whip that ass. Let's go.
Is Sam Darnold like Bridgewater?
No, Bridgewater's better than fucking Sam Darnold. Marvin the Martian with his big fucking head. Bridgewater's better than Sam Darnold. But like I said before, Sam Darnold is talented. He just went to a shit organization. I think if Sam Darnold had the same opportunities in coaching and grooming as Josh Allen did, I think Darnold would be just fine. He just went to the Jets, which was a fucking tire fire. So we'll see if there's a resurgence for Sam Darnold's career now that he's – but it just – dude, it's the Jets. It's the Jets. Like, who's going to fucking succeed in the Jets?
I don't think Sam Darnold has a confidence in himself to be a good quarterback. I think that he's in his head a lot. He sees ghosts. He said it on camera. I'm seeing ghosts, and he does have the potential, but he's a walking turnover. He'll always have that issue. He'll never throw 5 more touchdowns and interceptions, in my opinion.
Will Lombard, good interview on the Bills. Yeah. But there's come on. We're going to go into Pittsburgh. We got to whip Green Bay's ass in the preseason real quick. We got to smack the fucking Packers around. We're going to wipe them off the mat. And then week 1, we're going to stand across from Ben Roethlisberger and his 900 fucking injuries at 600 years old, and we're going to put him in the fucking ground. That's what's going to happen. Now, we signed Sims today off of Washington. Sims is a good receiver, especially if the injury to Isaiah McKenzie is more serious than what we think it is, because that collision he had was absolutely horrid if you fucking saw it. So if McKenzie's injured, Sims has a real shot to make this roster. Ooh, I had too much beer. Did you hear that? I'm a fucking slob. But he's got a good chance to make this roster. He's got a good chance to fill in for what McKenzie was doing. Is he the skill of McKenzie? We'll see. But that's the update right now from Bills Camp. And Josh is winning the MVP this year, or you can suck it.
Will and I will be there Saturday. We definitely will be there Saturday.
I will not be there Saturday because Lincoln has a game against Lockport, his first game of Pee Wee football. So, yeah, I will be in Lockport. As much as I love my Buffalo Bills, I'm gonna go to my son's game regardless. There's 3 games during this season, Dre. There's 3 fucking games on Sunday during this season my son has at the Bills play. And I'm not going to be available because it's my son and everybody else can suck it. You know what I'm talking about? That's my dog. That's my dog. You'll get my Bills coverage next week. But we're still on for Sundays in the morning.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. Listen, family matters. Okay. Carl Winslow and them.
I don't pay for this shit. Don't nobody cut me no motherfucking check.
It's all about family, baby. It's all about family. Got mine right there.
What's up, little boo-boo? What's up, baby?
Guys, Lunchable is set.
Kids come first, definitely. Definitely, for sure. They definitely come first. For real. By the way, speaking of kids, my son is starting his gaming channel, Jayu Gaming. So
is he on Twitch?
Oh yeah, he's doing Twitch and all that.
What's he playing?
He's playing all types of games on Xbox. You got to ask him. As a matter of fact, Jeremiah Robinson on Facebook, you can go ask him, the champ that runs the camp.
Well, you got to let me know because if he's on, I'll host him. I have like 4,000 fucking followers on Twitch from when I used to stream hockey. Like, I'll hook the kid up. Just let me know when he's on and I'll throw him a follow and fucking host him. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. Matter of fact, I'll tag him in this. I'll tag him in the show right now.
Wait till I get back to streaming hockey, Dre. You want to see some crazy fucking shit? Dude, the time I played PUBG with Dion Dawkins, oh my god, that stream was fucking hilarious. It was funny. Me and Dion and there was like 2 other guys playing fucking PUBG. It was fucking hilarious.
Right, absolutely. Shout out to Bills Mafia tonight. Said Chuck Thomas. Woo! Buck Flair's in the house. He said Torch Gamer. Yes, absolutely.
Make sure you go watch Buck Flair at 10 o'clock.
For sure. Make sure you watch him.
Yep.
Make sure you watch Buck Flair at 10 o'clock. Kellen Kane Lane, buddy.
Absolutely. Giving him props. For sure. I told you the Bills season is donated and donated to Kellen for the culture, man. For the culture. Gotta do it.
For the culture.
For the culture. Absolutely.
For the culture.
The culture.
Did I see that Devin Funchess was out for the year? Yes, I did. I saw that. Matter of fact, people in Green Bay was like, yo, why do we have this guy? He just injury prone and never can get to the plate. I don't blame him. If they cut him, they cut him. Time to make a move for Michael Thomas. Yeah, sure. I've been saying that months ago though. Will.
Okay, how
So
about this? I'll give you Michael Thomas if you give us Jair Alexander.
absolutely not.
Hey, you can't blame me for trying, though.
Yeah, you can try. That was a good one. You tried it, but no, you tried it. All right. With that being said, there's yeah. So Monster, I'll make sure that Jeremiah does that. And wow.
You know, I got your like a Cadillac with 4 flats and an 8-track with a diamond in the back.
Yeah, man, or cruising down the street with my 6'4". Listen, if you did not watch the Jaw U SummerSlam edition, you should have, because it was funny as hell. Dalton, Wave, Jeremiah, everybody had me dying, laughing, cracking up. We're gonna keep moving these podcasts regardless. I just thought it was a good idea to move Monday night. I meant World Class Wednesdays tonight anyway, even though I'm at work. And it turned out to be a lot of fun. Thanks to Monster, thanks to Blaze, thanks to Dalton, D-Man Smith being in the house. Thanks to everybody that tuned in and was watching, for sure. And we definitely gonna see y'all next week, where I'll be at. I should be off. So, all right, see y'all.
Sunday show.
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure you watch the Bills, Buffalo Bills edition to Rise Up Early. Me, myself, Monster, going at it. This week we're gonna go at it because the Bills Packers are definitely playing. I should be there Saturday. I will be there Saturday, actually.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Oh boy. You're trying to bait me. But nevertheless, you guys, hold on. Let's see these comments real quick before we go. You guys will love my surprises. Me respect I have for Kellen Lane and Rise Up Family. Oh, definitely.
We're gonna tune in, baby. I'll be tuned to that show for sure, Chuck.
Listen, we appreciate that 110%. Chuck.
I'm gonna tune into that Buck Flair show too. I never watched the guy, so I'm gonna tune into him.
Yeah, he's funny as hell. I love Buck. I've been knowing him for years, man. Buck is Buck, man. Buck is phenomenal. You get your bang, you get a bang for your buck watching Buck.
Yeah. If he's that good, maybe I'll jump on with his ass one of these days and we'll fucking rip it.
Oh, you and Buck would probably, yeah, y'all would probably tear the house down. Y'all personalities are hilarious. Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking internet. Let's go.
I want to see that. Tune in. You got to tune in with Buck sometimes. That'd be a good show right there.
That definitely would be a great
if
show.
If it's live at 10, I'm gonna tune in. No disrespect to Buck, but I'm fucking busy. That's why I haven't done my own show. My fans are shitting on me. Like, I'm a football dad now. Like, I go from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Like, it's fucking tough. Like, I don't have time to cut clips. Like, I'm not gonna give you a show that is not up to my standards, and Dre knows it. If I can't give you a monster show and a good show, I'm not gonna fucking give you one. You'll just have to wait for something that's good when I have the time, and that's where I'm at with this.
Yeah, absolutely. But Monster and Buck, man, you definitely would get your money's worth with the Monster Buck.
I'm gonna check them out.
Monster Bucks, man, definitely. All right. With that being said, it is almost that time. It's 9:30 anyway, so 10 o'clock. Make sure you tune in. I'll be tuning in on the way home to the Buck Flair show. My God, Buck doing this thing. Still doing this thing, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. Blaze, man, we gotta get you back on the show again. Get you back more often again.
My Wednesday just opened up, so if you're doing the Wednesday show, I'm good with it.
All right, cool. Sounds good to me. We'll talk. We'll put it together. Shout out to Keto as well. Keto usually is on the show too. We got him on Monday Night Madness, which is really dope. Giving you the keto diet. I can't wait, man. It's just so many things that we could put together to make a pretty good show. But first and foremost, I got to get back to what it was.
Let me sign us off, Dre, when you're ready.
Producing. Yeah, I mean, hold on. Before we sign off too, I have pulled this up because I keep hearing about all these ghosts. All right. Just make sure that your team is not the team seeing ghosts this year, or your players is not the players seeing ghosts. else. Because if it is this year, I'm letting you know right now, the Ghostbusters theme will be getting played heavy. Just like I brought back the toilet flush, the Ghostbusters theme will get played heavy this year. All right. I can't wait to get my keyboard back. All right. With that being said, Monster, take us up. Take us up out of here, man.
Everybody, thank you for watching. On behalf of myself, Andre the Torch Robinson, Dalton Smith, you got my man Blaze down here. We kick the ballistics. We talk shit. We entertained you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We will catch you guys next time down the road. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. Everybody's tags are on here. We love you. Thank you very much. And with that, I'm going to let us get out of here. I'll catch your asses down the road.